Hey all! Sometimes the hardest part about doing anything is starting. So today we're going to learn 5 ideas that you can use right now to start your blues solos with. Now, because I'm a nice guy and I want to really make this as easy for you as possible, I've transposed all of these licks into the key of D. And as I describe the licks, I'm going to tell you what chord position or chord shape from the cage system they come out of. That way you're going to be able to transpose them to whatever key you need to play over your chosen blues feel. Let's jump in now. Our first lick or idea comes from the king of the blues himself, Mr. B.B. King. Now, the lick comes from his song, Every Day I Have the Blues, and it's from the album Live at the Regal. Now, this lick comes out of the D shape. So just think of your all too familiar open D chord, and we're going to slide it up so that our middle finger, or the tonic, is on the 15th fret of the B string. Now, the lick's going to sound like this. So we start by sliding up to the 5th on the 14th fret of the G string. Then we play the root note on the 15th fret of the B string twice, followed by bending the flat 3 on the 13th fret of the high E string slightly sharp. So that little phrase will sound like this. Now the second part of the lick finds us sliding up once again to the tonic on the 15th fret of the B string. Now we follow that by the flat 3 on the 13th fret of the E string, and then we bend from the 4 up to the 5, or the 15th fret, we bend it up a tone. We then go back to the flat 3 on the 13th fret, followed by the tonic again on the 15th fret. And then we bend that flat 3 slightly sharp once again to finish it off. So nice and slow, the lick will sound like this. Albert King is going to be our next lick donor, and this lick comes from his song Blues Power. Now this is from a live version that I found on YouTube. Can you hear the ice cream man? That means the ice cream man's driving up and down the street ringing his bell, and I really want a jelly tip, but I need to lose weight, so I can't have a jelly tip, and I have to keep making this video. Them's the breaks, peoples. The lick will sound a little bit like this. Now Albert uses the E position for this lick, so basically anywhere where you can play an E form bar chord, like that, you're going to be able to play this lick. So we're in the key of D, so we're up at the 10th fret. To start with, we're going to go from the 3 on the 11th fret to the 5 on the 10th fret of the B string. And then we're going to bend the 13th fret of the B string up a tone to the major 7. Then we just walk back to the 5 and then the 3. Add a little touch of vibrato. Then to finish it off, we do a quick stab of the 10th fret on the B string. And you can trail off like that with a slide if you wish. Our third idea comes from the man himself, Kirk Fletcher, and it's from his song, Ain't No Cure for the Downhearted. It's going to sound a little bit like this. Actually, it's going to sound exactly like this, at least the way I play it anyway. So once again, this lick is in the E position, just like our Albert Lee lick. Now, this one's going to rely heavily on the pentatonic scale shape, in the key of D, obviously, and it's our minor pentatonic, so it will look and sound like this. Now, this lick starts on the tonic on the 12th fret of the D string, and we're going to walk all the way up our pentatonic scale to the 5, which is on the 10th fret of the B string. We're then going to walk back down to the tonic, followed by a quick hammer on from the 8th fret, or the flat 7, which is the 10th fret of the D string, back to the tonic. We're going to finish this lick up with a slide from the 12th fret of the A string to the 10th fret, and then we land finally on the flat 3, which is the 8th fret of the A string. And if you wish, you can give it a real sharp bend like I just did then and cut it off quick. And that is lick number 3. On to number 4. Okay, our next lick is from one of Jack Roush's Instagram videos. Now, if you haven't heard of Jack, you need to race over to Instagram, look up Jack Roush, which is spelled R-U-C-H, and follow him and watch all of his videos. He is a phenomenal guitarist, probably one of my favorites at the moment. Now, it's going to sound a little bit like this. Now this lick is, yet again for the 3rd time in this video, out of our E position. Now we start the lick with our usual flat 3 to major 3 resolution. So in this case it's going to be from the 10th fret of the G string to the 11th fret, followed by the 5, which is the 10th fret on our B string, up to the 12th fret, and then back to the 5. And then we finish it off by a quick stab on the 12th fret of the B string. So slow down, it'll be like this. Now the last lick comes from a live Matt Schofield concert that I saw on YouTube, and I believe the venue is called the Funky Biscuit. Now this lick is probably the trickiest out of the bunch to play, and it will sound like this. Now this lick is coming out of our A position, so we're going to utilize our D minor pentatonic scale at the 5th fret of the D string. Now to start this lick, we simply slide up to the tonic, which is on the 7th fret of the G string, at a touch of vibrato, and then we finish it with a stab on the flat 7, which is the 5th fret of the G string. Next, we walk up the minor pentatonic scale from the 4, which is on the 5th fret of the D string, up to the tonic, which is on the 7th fret of the G string. We follow this with 2 quick slides up to the 5th fret on the D string, then the flat 3 on the 3rd fret, followed by a slide from the 5th fret to the 7th fret of the D string, back to the flat 3 on the 3rd fret of the D string. We then finish that up by going to the tonic on the 5th fret of the D string, and then we can finish it up with a quick hammer on from the flat 7 on the 3rd fret of the A string back to the tonic. Now another option for that last 2 notes is you can put a trill there. Whatever catches your fancy. Now that you've learnt these licks, grab your favourite guitar, grab your favourite shuffle blues backing track, and have a go at using these 5 ideas as a springboard for your own solos. Thanks again for tuning in and watching this video with me. Really appreciate you taking the time to learn some new musical ideas with me. Subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell to be notified of my next video, and it would mean heaps if you left me a comment or a like or a dislike. But until next time, peace out.